Hey guys, coming to you from the kitchen today to read you the story about butterflies. So this story is called From Caterpillar to Butterfly. And this book is a nonfiction book. And remember, fiction's fake, nonfiction is real. So in science this week, we're learning more and more about caterpillars. So I thought it would be a good idea to read this nonfiction book to kind of teach you a little bit more about the painted lady butterflies that we are going to be watching go through the life cycle. So this is written by Deborah Heiligman and illustrated by Bari Weissman. Today, a caterpillar came to school in a jar. It is eating green leaves. It is climbing and wiggling. This tiny caterpillar is going to change. It will change into a beautiful butterfly. Caterpillars usually turn into butterflies outdoors. They live in gardens and meadows and yards. But we will watch our caterpillar change into a butterfly right here in our classroom. This change is called metamorphosis. Can you say that? Metamorphosis. How many syllables was that? Metamorphosis. 5. Metamorphosis. So it's going to change from this little caterpillar into a butterfly. Our caterpillar started out as a tiny egg. The mother butterfly laid the egg on a leaf. Here's our caption. A butterfly is an insect. The egg is tiny. It is the size of a pinhead. So think about a needle. That's the size, like the prick of a needle would be the size of the egg. That's like a pinhead. Do you see the egg? There it is. He laid it right there in the leaf. When the caterpillar hatched out of the egg, it was hungry. It ate its way out of its own eggshell. Then it started to eat green plants right away. The mother butterfly lays her eggs on plants that the caterpillar will eat. These are called host plants. A caterpillar's job is to eat and eat and eat. So it will grow and grow and grow. The caterpillar is also called the larva. Can you say that? Larva. So it goes from an egg to a larva, or caterpillar. Each day when we come to school, we look at our caterpillar. Each day it is bigger. The caterpillar eats and grows for 12 to 14 days. Do you remember how long 14 days is? Think about how many days are in a week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So there's 7 days in a week. If the caterpillar grows for 14 days, 7 and 7, our double stacked is 14. So 2 weeks is 14 days. So it's going to grow for 14 days. Our skin grows with us, but a caterpillar's skin does not grow. When the caterpillar gets too big for its skin, the skin splits down the back. The caterpillar crawls right out of its own skin. It has new skin underneath. This is called molting. Our caterpillar will molt 4 or 5 times. Do you see it molting? When it molts, it loses its skin. We don't have to shed our skin when we grow. Our skin grows with us. Can you imagine if every time you grew taller, you shed your skin and had another layer underneath? That's like what the caterpillar does. I'm glad that we don't do that as humans. Here's the caterpillar. After many days, our caterpillar is finished growing. It is much bigger than when it first came to school. It is almost as big as my little finger now. Our caterpillar is making a special house. First, it makes a button of silk. So there's its button of silk right there. It uses this button to hang upside down from a twig. Then it molts for the last time. Instead of a new skin, this time there is a hard shell. This shell is called a chrysalis. Our caterpillar will stay inside the chrysalis for a long time. So there it goes. It's shedding its skin one last time and revealing the chrysalis. Can you say chrysalis? The chrysalis is also called the pupa. So we have the larva is the caterpillar and the pupa is the chrysalis. Every day the chrysalis looks the same. We can't see anything happening, but inside the chrysalis our caterpillar is changing. The caterpillar stays in the chrysalis about 1 week. Sometimes with the chrysalis, you can see it moving a little bit because the caterpillar inside is wiggling and jiggling. Will our caterpillar ever turn into a butterfly? Will it ever come out of its chrysalis? We can hardly wait, but we do. We wait and wait and wait. Then, one day during snack time, somebody shouts, "Look!" And we all rush over to see. The chrysalis is cracking. And we see a head, a body, and then wings. It's a butterfly. The tiny caterpillar who came to school in a jar turned into a painted lady butterfly, and we saw it happen. Our butterfly is damp and crumpled. It hangs on to the chrysalis while its wings flap, flap, flap. Blood pumps into its wings. The wings straighten out and dry. Soon our butterfly will be ready to fly. So what has to happen first before the butterfly can fly? It has to flap its wings to get the blood flowing so that they can get dry. Do you think you can fly with wet wings? Not very well. In 2 hours, the wings are dry and the butterfly is ready to fly. Our butterfly cannot stay in the jar. It needs to be outside with flowers and grass and trees and other butterflies. It is a warm spring day. I put my finger into the jar. The butterfly sits on my finger. I pull it out and our butterfly goes free. We feel a little sad and a little happy. We watch our butterfly land on a flower. It will sip the flower's nectar through a long coiled tube called a proboscis. Maybe it is a female butterfly. Maybe someday she will lay an egg on a leaf. You say yeah, say it now. Give me a second. Proboscis. Proboscis. There we go. Proboscis. There's our proboscis. Do you see it's little tiny? Let's see. Oh, there it is. See it sipping nectar through the proboscis? It says, I know just what will happen then. That egg will hatch into a caterpillar, and that caterpillar will turn into a beautiful butterfly. Painted lady butterflies sip nectar from certain flowers. They like thistle, burdock, zinnia, butterfly bush, and mint. How many different kinds of butterflies can you find around your neighborhood? Here are some common ones to look for. The monarch, found in most areas of the United States. The black swallowtail, found in all areas but the very far west. The cabbage white, found throughout the United States. Dog-faced butterfly, found throughout the South, migrates to the Midwest, to the Northeast, and Canada. Common blue, found in the western part of the United States. Buckeye, found in most areas of the United States except for the Pacific Northwest. Man, we live in the Pacific Northwest. I guess we don't get to see the buckeye butterfly. All right, so let's think about the different parts of the butterfly that we learned. We learned that when it's a larva, it's called a caterpillar. We learned that it goes through metamorphosis, which is when it changes its appearance from one thing to another. We learned that the pupa is called a chrysalis, and that when the butterfly gets out of its chrysalis, it uses a proboscis to sip nectar. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about the butterfly. Have a great day.